With the addition of around 80 new Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon, we have gotten a handful of new Pokemon that have a dual typing. Some of these dual typings are returning combinations that some of our favorite Pokemon have already had, but we also have some cool new type combinations that we have never seen before. And obviously, due to the amount of weaknesses, resistances, and immunities a certain dual typing has, some combinations are going to be better than others. So today, we will look at some of the best type combinations in Pokemon Sun and Moon. For this video, we will only be looking at newly introduced Pokemon and new Alola forms that have dual typings, and the list will be in no particular order. I will be listing the dual typing, the Pokemon that has it, along with that dual typing's weaknesses, resistances, and immunities. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more Pokemon Sun and Moon content. And with all that being said, let's get right into our first type combination. First off, we have the Ghost and Fairy dual typing, and this typing is seen on Mimikyu. This typing has 2 weaknesses, 1 resist, and 3 immunities. It is weak to Steel and Ghost, resists Bug, and is immune to Normal, Fighting, and Dragon. Now, normally having more weaknesses than resistances can be a bad thing, but considering this typing is immune to 3 prominent typings, it is just so good. Being fully immune to powerful fighting and dragon type moves such as a high jump kick from Pheromosa or a Dragon Claw from a Salamence is just so helpful. Next up is the typing Grass and Steel, which is seen on Kartana, or also called UB04 Blade. This typing has 2 weaknesses, 9 resistances, and 1 immunity. Grass and Steel is weak to fire and fighting, resistant to normal, water, electric, grass, psychic, rock, dragon, steel, and fairy, and immune to the poison type. Right away, it's important to note the amount of resistances this type combination has. Being resistant to types such as water, psychic, and electric is incredibly helpful. Unfortunately, this typing is 4 times weak to fire, and this is a huge drawback considering the fire type is such a prominent type in competitive play. But the amount of resistances this typing has, as well as its 4 times resistance to grass, is definitely enough to counter the 4 times weakness to fire. Next, we will be looking at the Steel and Electric typing, which can be seen on Togedemaru. This is a typing we have previously seen on the Magnezone line, and we've seen how well it has worked out for them. Steel and Electric is weak to 3 types, resistant to 11, and immune to 1. It is weak to ground, fire, and fighting, resistant to normal, electric, grass, ice, flying, psychic, bug, rock, dragon, steel, and fairy, and immune to poison. I was really skeptical at first about this typing because of its 4 times weakness to ground, and with Earthquake being such a powerful and common move, this weakness is a huge handicap. But having 11 resistances, in which 2 of them are 4 times resistances, and 1 immunity is absolutely amazing. Not to mention, Togedemaru can have the Lightning Rod ability, which would give it an immunity to electric instead of just a resistance. So that's pretty cool, but only specific to Togedemaru. Next up is going to be the Steel and Flying type combination on the Pokemon Celesteela or UB04 Blaster. This is another reoccurring dual typing that we have seen before on Skarmory, and just like before, it's an amazing dual typing. Steel and Flying is weak to 2 types, resistant to 8, and immune to 2. It is weak to fire and electric, resistant to normal, grass, flying, psychic, bug, dragon, steel, and fairy, and it is immune to the poison and ground types. One of the reasons this typing is so good is because of its ground immunity. I've said it before already, but the move Earthquake is super common in competitive play, so being able to completely avoid that move is amazing. And on top of that, being resistant to 8 types and having 2 of those resistances being 4 times resistances is absolutely incredible. Well, I'm just now noticing that 3 of the 4 dual types listed so far have been part steel. And, well, here's another. The last typing we're going to be covering in this video is Steel and Ferry, and the Pokemon with this typing is Magearna. Steel and Ferry is weak to 2 types, resistant to 9, and immune to 2. It is weak to fire and ground, resistant to normal, grass, ice, flying, psychic, bug, rock, dark, and fairy, and immune to poison and dragon. There's not much more to say than this is simply just a really good typing. Sure, it's unfortunate that the only weaknesses Steel and Ferry have are 2 very prominent types, being fire and ground, but it still has 9 resistances and 2 immunities, and that cannot be overlooked. And in those 9 resistances, you have types like grass, psychic, and fairy itself, which all contain very hard-hitting moves. And that's going to do it for this video. Remember guys, there is no way that I have covered all of the amazing dual typings that either returned on new Pokemon or new dual typings in general, so make sure you leave a comment letting me know what I missed. Let me know the dual typing, the Pokemon that has it, and some reasons why you think it's a good dual typing. I would love to hear your guys' suggestions. And make sure you guys stay tuned because soon we will be covering the worst type combinations in Pokemon Sun and Moon, so be on the lookout for that. But if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and to subscribe for more Pokemon content. Peace out guys.